We are going to be the first district in the state to implement Harmony Power Awards. And Sensei Mirrione is going to come up here in a minute and explain the process of what his life's mission is. Okay, so without further ado, I have the privilege to present to you Mr. Sensei Mirrione.
Thank you very much.
You spend much of your time having to do reactive measures, right? And where do these reactive measures lead to? Suspension, being expelled, and then later on jail time. This is like a constant, right? So when a child doesn't have self-love, this is what's going to happen. So when I see mass shootings, I'm like, oh, well, that's the next level up, right? So if you go into the history of a mass shooter, well, they were bullied, neglected. And that's just the reality check, right? So do we want mass shootings, or do we want mass volume of children being recognized for the good that they do in the world? What do we want? Am I the person to make this happen? No, I'm not. I'm just like the first domino, because all of you in this room absolutely have the power to change the world. The kids have the power, that same power to change their world. And when they're out there trying to give of themselves through their talents, through their passions, the things that they love to do, not what the system is dictating to them and telling them what to do, but their heart, you're going to see a very different individual that when you speak to them, they're actually going to hear what you're saying. They're going to listen in a deeper way versus it going right over their head. But we have to focus on the heart-centered education. And that's why it's being mandated. That's why today is an historic day. It's a historic day because it's now expected that we focus on the heart. Because once you get to the heart of the child, now they can think. Now their grades go up because they have self-belief, right? So if they are giving of something that they love to do, that they at least have a slight interest in doing, then they believe in themselves because they're achieving something and we're recognizing it, right? So it's a piece of paper that they get, Harmony Power recipient 2019, and there's usually a little note in the report card they received it. And guess what? Every teacher, every person involved should be getting the same thing, because we're all children. We all want to be recognized. Nobody wants to make that extra effort and not be recognized. It's going to make your job much easier. It's going to make the teacher's job in the classroom. Let's say they're teaching English class and they're going to focus on poetry. Let's say that child writes poetry about the pain they feel inside and they just want to express it. Maybe they need to do that, and maybe that's how they find harmony in who they are. And maybe other children start to say, you know, I'm going to that at home too. And then they start talking to each other, and there's like this support network that happens. That's just English class. Then you have art class, right? So you're in art class. Now kids are drawing pictures of things that either expressing their pain or they're just expressing their love. Their love for something. And they can draw like that all the time. They can draw things that they love to draw that makes them feel good, and they're expressing that with positive messages. Same thing with the music class, right? You ever see the lyrics in somebody's songs? They're scary, right? So if the rule is that they have to promote harmony and talk about love and talk about things that are good, or they can express their pain, but they're expressing their pain is not by having violent messages. That has to be monitored. They have to express it in a positive way. Now, does every child have to do it? I'm not going to mandate that. I'm going to mandate that it's implemented, but if you force kids to do stuff, they don't want to do it. It could be inspired, motivated, but there's still a call to action that every teacher has to show that there's an effort, right? That they're a group of children. But the goal is to get every one of them to do it, every one of them on board. That is the goal. The goal is to get 90-something% of these kids to get awards, right? So you have 28,000 kids in the city. I'd like to see 27,000 get them. I'm just like that, like seriously. Am I going to hand out 20,000? No, I don't think I have that. I would do it. It'd be like the telethon, right? It'd be for days giving out awards. No, I'm going to be part of some of the celebrations because I want to be. And I don't get paid for this. Actually, no, I do get paid for it. I get paid with the love, which is much better than anything you've given me. What could be more important than that? Imagine that in every school. That's the power that each of you have. And imagine waking up going to, you wouldn't call it work, I'm going to go play today. because I'm going to go motivate every teacher. I want to know what's going on in the month of October. What are they doing during National Anti-Bullying Month? What are they doing to change the world? We're the first city in the country to implement Harmony Power Awards, and it's mandated. And what am I doing to make sure that this has happened? What's my call to action? So you're asking them to do something that is not anything extra. It's actually easier to ask a child to do something they love to do than pushing a child to do things that they have to do. I'll say this, if there's any school in the city that there's a bump in the road, I'm accessible to help with that. I can get on the phone, I can motivate and inspire. If there's even a school in the city that is struggling for some reason, how do we get this going? How do we get this teacher to do it? Whatever it is, I want to be there. But I shouldn't have to be, because it shouldn't be so hard to do. And if it's hard to do, then there are much more serious problems in the children, right? So you have to think about that, seriously. Like, teachers should be doing this. I can't think of anything more important. I can't watch TV anymore and just see another mass shooting and see another bullying incident. I can't. It's too much. It's too much, and there's no excuse for it anymore. It's like, we know what we need to do, and it doesn't cost anything. I've heard everything about money. Oh, we need more money to do this. We need money to change that. No, you don't. You need people to do what they're supposed to be doing, and you need people to step up who actually really care about what they do. You have this. There is more freedom than you think to do a lot more than you ever thought you could do. So this year, stretch yourself out so that your life is much easier for yourself, for the teachers and the children, and that there's a love in this city like no one has ever seen. Thank you very much.